All right, it's 6:15 a.m. right here. Time to get to what the headlines are saying this morning. Please note that these headlines are only read as published and have got nothing to do with Nigeria info. So ensure that in your reactions you have all the facts, the details, and every information that you need even while you react this morning. We'll be going through the Punch, the Vanguard, the Nation. The Guardian.
Yeah, I was going to help you.
And the Daily Trust.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
All right, let's get started with what the Punch has got for us this morning. NNPCL under fire as $897 million worry refinery revamp flops. Mother, I did not report a tiger's death due to fear, says Chidima. Tinubu needs second term to complete reforms, Keyamo. Ondo farm worker remanded for killing employer's husband. Gospel singer Osinachi's husband sentenced to death by hanging. Diaspora voting, INEC pushes for constitutional amendment. Hurricane Tinubu, more governors will join APC, Ganduje boasts. Ajayi's exclusion of key leaders cost PDP Ondo governorship poll, Senator Tofowomo. Refund customers investments in transformers, FCCPC orders disco. Government plans 5-month wage award, arrears payment. These and many more on the Punch this morning.
And now taking a look at the front page of the Nation newspapers, a cover story here says defection of Delta State Governor, former Governor Okowa to APC, a tsunami, says Shetima. Cardinals enter conclave for Pope's election on May 7. Lawyers, litigants deplore attacks on court buildings. 6 stands to defend Nnamdi Kanu in terrorism trial. FIRS asks banks to close unauthorized tax accounts. Workers pending 5 months wage award for payment. You'd find details of that story on the front page of the Nation. WAEC, NECO to adopt full CBT mode next year. Speaker backs bill on party funding. 14 governors, senators, ministers receive Delta's ex-PDP bigwigs. And why we moved. You'd find your why on the front page of the Nation, and that will be a good place to wrap it up. A final story here says gospel singer Osinachi's husband sentenced to death by hanging.
Moving on now to the Daily Trust. National Executive Council Data Caretaker Committee top agenda as PDP NWC meets today. Tinubu is isolated. Baba Ahmed. Electricity-related incidents scale 112 in 2024. We can win without governors. El Rufai. How local government election exposed rift between Niger governor deputy. Benue called violence claims 20 lives in 6 months. Osinachi's husband sentenced to death by hanging. Residents flee as Boko Haram intensifies attacks on Adamawa villages. These and many more on the front page of the Daily Trust.
And now to the front page of The Guardian. A cover story here says 51 varsities, others embroiled in illegal deductions from students' loans. Alleged $1 billion fraud. Suspected CBEX promoter surrenders to EFCC. Ohaneze urges Tinubu to accept peace move by pro-Biafra agitators. JAMB, P2B, bicker over early exam schedules. Court orders Aisha Achimugu to honor EFCC's invitation. Customs receives 6 cargo scanners, targets 67 in 20 years. 2027, INEC seeks law to strip president of power to appoint Rex. El Rufai, Lukman maintain opposition as APC receives Delta State governor and former governor. And finally, on the front page of The Guardian, husband of late gospel singer Osinachi sentenced to death by hanging.
Moving on now to what the Vanguard has got this morning. It's got this major headline. Defection to APC. Delta State governor, former governor, created political tsunami not seen before. That's according to the president. Unlawful trial of Nnamdi Kanu, an affront to rule of law, natural justice. IPOB. Russia willing to share counter-terrorism strategies with Nigeria. Envoy. Confusion trails alleged resignation, whereabouts of Niger State Deputy Governor. I broke up with him because he was extremely toxic, ex-girlfriend of alleged killer of LASU graduate. 7 miners killed, others injured in fresh Boko Haram invasion of Chibok village. Kidnappers abduct Edo Labour Party ward chairman, demand 50 million naira ransom. 2027 polls, INEC plaque differ over review of electoral laws. 2027 PDP NWC meets today to consider governor's recommendations. El Rufai explains defection to SDP, says Nigeria needs political alternative. Ganduje expects more defections as Delta State governor becomes 22nd APC governor. I won't join Atiko's coalition, Kebbi Governor Idris. These and many more on the Vanguard today. Time to get to your reactions right now. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. We'll go straight to taking some messages on the live feed. We'll go on a quick breather afterwards. Come back and get more of your thoughts via phone calls.
Well, on Facebook, God's Will SN says APC can capture every state from Sokoto to Yenagua, from Rivers to Asaba, but it cannot capture the trust, respect, or hope of Nigerians. And what shall it profit a party if it gains all the territories and loses the very people it was elected to serve? And Owachuku Kennedy Chinedu from Okwato, he says, good morning. The sentencing of Osinachi's husband to death by hanging is a welcome development and well-deserved, so as to serve as a deterrent to others that equally treat their wives as if the woman does not have heritage. They should equally do the same to some of these other people that loot state and constituency funds, is what Owachuku Kennedy says. And a quick one from Chukwugozie Onu from Uburu in Ebonyi State. It says, on Okowa's defection, Nigerians politicians are not to be trusted. On Osinachi's husband sentenced to death by hanging, may his soul rest in peace, if it will ever be executed.
All right. Good morning, Otuo Eyes, watching live on YouTube right now. And Ashir Abbas, thank you very much for joining the conversation. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more of your reactions.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
The question is that all speak in one voice. Welcome. How you pick up with one foot firmly planted
Audio Jungle.
Connection established.
Eight six nine. Those are the numbers to call. The next number is the WhatsApp number 080-999-30137. You can send a WhatsApp message. Keep it under 90 seconds. And once you get through on the phone lines, you have 90 seconds as well. 90 seconds. Good morning.
Good morning, Dickie Itodo.
Welcome, sir.
Agaba is the one and only.
Yeah,
And Gabriella and Agesheki.
Good morning.
I will utilize my 90 seconds very well.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the insecurity. Look at what is happening in Adamawa again. And even the Chibok. We are still talking of the remaining Chibok girls. And these criminals have the goal to go to Chibok again and to attack them and to, displace the people. And we are still talking about Leah Sharibu. For how many years she has been in captivities? We don't want to be hearing this case of insecurity every day. As I said yesterday, we are approaching rainy season, and this ugly, this wicked people, this monster have been killing people, have been destabilizing people from the community. And we are talking of food prices and a lot of things going on. If you look at Abuja and other parts of the country, most of these people have been changed from their ancestral home, and they are here doing menial work, and some people are involved internal displaced places. We are urging the government to provide security so that people can be able to go back to their house. Now we are talking of CBT for Waneko and Wayek. In some places, some children, they have never seen computer for their life. I wonder how this will happen as from next year. Though we want to see how it will be possible, most especially from the northern part of the country and other parts of the country. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless Nigeria Info.
All right, thank you, and God bless you as well. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome, sir.
I greet you to the Gabriella.
You're welcome.
To all listeners. I hope it's my name.
Go ahead.
Itodo, this one that politicians are joining APC. I don't know. Even the activists that's the 2023 election, Okuwa and the governor of Delta State join. I don't know how are we going to vote in 2027. Someone like Abubakar from Gogo, I don't know who is going to vote. These are people vote. Well, if you say I will join them, I don't know. I never know. But I'm still waiting for correction. If correction no work, this 2023, I'm not sure that I'm going to vote because I'm totally confused. Every politician join APC, joining everyone, join APC. I don't know. What's their advice? Should I join them?
Well, that's up to you to decide if you want to vote on, but you need to vote for whomever it is that you think will take the country to the next level.
I seek for your advice. You know, everyone is me and the boss.
Okay.
And then we never decide.
I'm not sure he can even hear me.
In terms of insecurity.
Yes.
In terms of insecurity. It's not a new thing again. It's not a new thing again. But me, I blame Nigeria youth. If it really come back again, 20%, I know that Nigeria youth is just sit down and look. Thank you.
All right, then.
All right, Okwi. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Okwi, like many other people, could be confused as to what would be their decision in 2027, and that could lead to them holding back from voting. What numbers would be holding back, and how would that affect the outcome of the election once it happens? The PDP has come out to say that there is no cause for alarm, that those who are moving of their own free will, and it's not going to destabilize them in any way. So we'll see what they have up their sleeve and how things will translate, to whomever it is that decides to represent the party in 2020.
And I think beyond even, the confusion of what party to align with, I think we need to get to a point where we align with individual ideologies and what you think as a Nigerian will be of benefit. So example would be if there is someone who is vying for the position of the presidency from whatever party, listen to their ideologies beyond just political party divides.
But most times they read from what the document is giving to them, and once they get into office, they start to deny that they ever meant what was said, and what they said wasn't their actual intention.
And I think that obviously challenges us to drive, and it falls on the shoulders of Nigerians to demand of better when it comes to, a campaign seasons. What are you campaigning for? Is it the party's mandate or your mandate? What are you vying for that position for? Is it for the party's interest or your mandate for the people? And if Nigerians place those demands and demand of the government to rise to the occasion, they'd have no choice but to. So,
all right, let's get back to the phone lines and hear more from you. Welcome.
Good morning, Itodo.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I remember Mustafa Obakar Ali Kidan Babali. I'm calling from Itodo. Russia offered to assist on counterinsurgency and terrorism, right?
Yes.
Itodo, for the past 15 years or 16 that we have been battling Boko Haram, we have been using the American, the UK, the French method. Isn't it better that we try another method? Knowing fully well that even Russia themselves are battling insurgency. Yes, they battle in those parts of Chechnya and the rest. They fought insurgency too. So I think you cannot just rely on one part and think, and which is not giving the much needed result, and expect that you solve a problem. When you are looking for solution, you spread your tentacle, you spread, isn't it? Because sometimes solution come from unexpected sources. We have used this other method for so long. Please, let's turn to Russia and China and see what we can do. Look at how this Boko Haram is being ground now. Honestly, something has to be done. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity.
All right,
All right.
good. Thank you as well. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, beautiful you. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Very well. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. The voice, good morning. I can
Welcome.
see you from afar.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Mrs. Omeza. So a beautiful young lady said I left him because he was toxic. And you are not telling us that the husband of Osinachi was sentenced to death by hanging. Now the question is, where are the children? How are they faring so far? Love is sweet, but you must find love where it is. Brothers and sisters, love alone is not enough to sustain a family. Money is good, but fall in love with somebody that truly loves you. I'll leave it at that. The voice.
Yes, please.
Allow me to tell you that Nigerians are going through a lot. Ask me to explain.
Please, go ahead.
Brother, some people slept at Zuba yesterday, so that I don't exaggerate. Brother, they say how they are doing construction work. Brother, nobody told me. If I had known, I'll go through Giri. I observe that a lot of people coming, they just go through Giri, now pass through Buhari to go to either Kano, Kaduna. You can see the distance, but no problem. Brother, if anything should happen, I'm not lamenting, but let me tell you something. No police officers on site, no security officers on site, even Yambanga, nobody's controlling anybody. It's not hold up again, it's no movement. I suppose it's around 2:00 that some people were able to start leaving that place. What people do is, if you are traveling, maybe you are going to Edo, and they give you plantain and gari, don't collect. No be blessing.
Really?
Yes, it's not a blessing. Yes, I saw people. Me, I was on my own JJ, or somebody called me to come pick the person of Asabi. I didn't know that all this. I heard it on radio. When I saw it was not that bad. This one is park your vehicle and just step aside. If you are coming from this part of the country, maybe Lokoja or wherever, and they gift you banana plantain, or you are carrying load, you did not travel light. Some people left it and were just moving to where I don't know. Okada, that you will pay 1,000 from this distance to the other to just make sure that you're able to meander away from that place to see if you can get to move. Please, I'm sorry, I will soon go. Okada will tell you 1,000. When you now book the Okada, nowhere for you to move. It's just for you to use leg. And if you no. Let me appeal to those in charge.
All right.
Today now, that they know government officials may be aware, you will see them. Once it's evening, the bridge everywhere they were blocked. They were now using one way coming from I know, oh my God, Nigerians, I hate una, well done, una, they try.
All right.
God.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Let's go on to the live feed right now and take some of your comments on WhatsApp. Don't forget you can send a voice note as well. Keep it under 90 seconds. We'll take some messages first on the YouTube platform.
Well, on YouTube, Badmas Sumbo sends quite a number of messages. It says, it is not hypocrisy and insanity for anyone to blame the defectors from the PDP to other parties as criminals or enemies of democracy when the main contender, Atiku, defected and destroyed the party. He goes in to say, where were the empathizers of PDP when PDP was busy burying AD, APP, ANPP, AC, and others? They were happy then. Law of nemesis comes to PDP now. No more democracy in Nigeria. And Chinonso Korean says, good morning, is watching live in Abuja. It says, I hope there won't be any appeal on Osinachi's husband being sentenced to death. is what he's asking. Sunny Samson says, good morning. The justice for late Osinachi is a welcome development. I believe you're taking Otto I's message and Asiru Abba's messages. Otto I says, good morning, Nigeria. Info, Osinachi's husband sentenced to death, while same court freed Sandra, the lady lawyer that killed her husband some years ago in Abuja. And Asiru Abba says, what has the president done economically, security-wise, etc., to deserve a second term? Are we progressing or retrogressing as a country? This is not how to run a country.
All right. Let's go onto the WhatsApp platform and take some of your voice notes at this time. Good morning.
Good morning, Auntie Gabriella. Good morning, Deacon Itodo. My name is Mwazu John Lasisi from Jigo Buhari, Abuja. NECO, WAEC to adopt CBT for the exam. Anyway, the question is, I hope the country is ripe for that. I hope the secondary school educational system is ripe for that and are prepared for that. They should not deprive the young children coming up of their future. They should prepare very well. Even though JAM is struggling with CBT and secondary school to adopt it. I hope there will be no any hitches. God bless Nigeria. God bless our children. Thank you.
Morning, Gabriella. This is Mr. Gideon calling from Wagwalada. Defection, coalition is not our problem as masses. Our problem is INEC and Supreme Court. If INEC will do what is expected to them to do, if Supreme Court will do what is expected to them to do, believe me, coalition, division is not a problem. Because 2023, you saw what happened. Even though Labour Party, who does not have a state that we are ruling, were able to defeat Lagos State. The presidential election was won by Labour Party in Lagos State, despite that Tinubu is from the Lagos and his party is ruling there. Labour Party was able to win elections where the strongholds of their opponent was. So defection and coalition is not a problem. If let the governors and the senators defect, we the masses, we know what we will do. Our problem is INEC and Supreme Court. That is period.
Good morning, Deacon Itodo and Auntie Gabriella. We are listening from Southeast Abia State. I want to ask a question. If you say Tinubu gave that minister, in for waka all these things when they waka, they form all this coalition. All these things when they do not for his own personal interest, not for Nigeria. And for the file, all these maybe it's in the waka for Southeast, Southwest or South, looking for a supporter. I don't think the thing go work because we know that for Southeast and South, they play religious sentiment and also tribalism. So somebody like that, connect anything between you cannot connect anything between Erofai and Southeast and South. Because we don't not be the same line.
It's not our problem as masses.
The issue of Osinachi. My name is James Cargo. The issue of Osinachi's husband that was sentenced to death is a welcome development. If there's any sentence that is worse than death, let them give him that sentence. He has done bad. Then the issue of defection from PDP to other parties. Let me be defecting, but I tell you, Tinubu will not become president in 2027. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Let's go on to your messages right now. Sentencing latest Osinachi's husband to death by hanging. You don't have any right to take someone's life when you know that you are not the one that gave it. The late singer suffered tribulation, persecution, and humiliation in the hands of this husband. If you know you're suffering domestic violence, it's best to stay away from such a marriage, is what Chibex Undubisi in Jabi shares as his thoughts. Nigerian politicians should stop this language of continuity. What reforms is he completing? These reforms, it's a failure. It's a thought that Fitzgerald in Airport Road shares. And the PDP at the cause of their problem when they chose to not carry their members along for their interest. Let us see how Erifai and his co-travelers are going to do it, is what Oludade Abiodun shares. And Maga Joe in Piakasa says, is the campaign of governors our priority or good governance? Who cares about party? Let the governors give us good governance. Most of these decamped are only seeking their selfish ambition. Let's talk about the present predicament facing our nation in 2025 before talking of the 2027 election. That's the thought that he's sharing. It's 6:47 right here. We're going through your comments and your reactions. We read the headlines earlier. You can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. A reason that the former governor of Delta State, Okowa, and the 2023 vice presidential candidate in the PDP shared was that they wanted, in his words, to connect to the goodies in Abuja.
What does that even mean? I mean, when I heard, where the senator was saying that, I started to think in my head, what exactly does that mean? Are we therefore putting a flesh and truth to what we talked about yesterday about? If you're not a member of the ruling party, you may being the most important word in this sentence, you may not enjoy some benefits that come from the federal.
But is that the way it should be?
Exactly.
The central might be stifling the developments that we are hoping on.
But why
Everybody
would you want to stifle
is focused on
developments?
the center. We see it for every situation that happens. We see the governors and all of them come to the center,
right,
to get attention. And the fact that a former advisor to the president has alluded to the fact that the president is shielded from what is happening in reality on the outside. Even though a few months ago we were told that he drives around Abuja in the dead of night and knows what exactly people are going through. So which do you believe now?
So which do we actually go with? Yeah.
Does it mean that the president feels that his reforms are working and Nigerians are not complaining, and that is why he's insisting that we, keep doing what we're doing in the hopes that in the nearest future the country would, be better than he met it?
I think that what we've succeeded in doing in Nigeria is make governance a sensation. We have, created this sensation around governance, and positions of office. I don't remember. I don't even know at what point it happened. But we've come to a point, like you said, where we have turned every kind of focus to the center. So when you win an election as a governor, your focus is how to connect to the center. When you win elections as a local government chairman or as a senator or as whatever commissioner, the focus is on how to benefit from the center. How did we get to a point where we have sensationalized this center we talk about? And how can we, because at the end of the day, governance is supposed to be local. If you are governor, commissioner, senator, minister, local government chairman, it is supposed to be local. You are serving a local people. So, I mean that in sense of, geographical location. Why have we driven governance in Nigeria to a point where it's all about, the center? and what you can benefit or what you can gain from the center.
It's why there's been this constant push for restructuring in the country, wherein each region is armed with whatever it is that's required to push that region forward. I mean, we have the different development commissions, the North for the South, and all of that. How effective have they become since they were pushed forward and mandated to ensuring that they pushed for development in each of the regions of the country? And if indeed the president has no idea what is happening in Nigeria, which could be laughable by a handful, what would these supposed persons be benefiting from doing that? And if he does, what steps is he taking to ensure? I mean, it'd be weird to say he has no idea what's happening. How then are you governing a country that you have no idea what's playing out in, right? But, well, let's take some comments and we'll wrap things up in a few minutes. So I'm going to breather at 7 o'clock would get into the lead for the day.
All right, on Facebook, remember we're streaming live. You can follow us on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, on YouTube as well at Nigeria Info Abuja. On Facebook, Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara from Owerri says, Nigerians are seriously disturbed the way this country is run, as if the citizens are no stakeholders, but beasts of burden that have no right of choice. Who will rather be seen and not heard? Nigerians are perpetually groaning, embarrassingly tracked, and wandering and gallivanting aimlessly without proper nurturing and guidance. Also, Francis Nnamani says, state of emergency should be declared in Plateau and Benue over the incessant killings and maiming of innocent citizens. Daniel Ochala from Guida, Abuja says, on WAEC and NECO, converting it to CBT will not be visible because even the JAMB is in batches in all education sector. It all needs overhaul.
All right. And Danjuma Eagle says APC should know that governors only have one vote. Therefore, the hardship from feel and people will speak very loud at the elections in 2027. We've got a few voice notes, really short, so we can throw them right in and get what reactions they are sharing, if you can get to that. All right. Good morning. Okay, it's taking a minute for your voice note to come on, so we'll have to skip it and just run through some other messages at this time.
Yeah, while we'll wait for that one, this says, good morning, Nigeria Info. For me, defection of some of our governors is not a problem. The Supreme Court will give us what we vote. And then the issue of writing WAEC and NECO with computers, please do all the secondary schools have computers that will make the students able to write the exams at the centers with them. If not, I'm not in support of that due to the suffering the JAM candidates are going through now. And that's from Mika Philibos from Gwarimpa.
Desmond in Cairo says contest between the elites and the people of Nigeria. Will some Nigerians still fold their hands and watch how they are milked carelessly in their ancestral homes? That's a question that Desmond is asking this morning. We have to wrap things up. We have 32 seconds right there, so we can take that one quickly.
I think we took this already.
No, we have. We did?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll just take a bit of this one and then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Good morning, Nigeria Info. My name is Kenneth Musu calling from Gwarimpa. You see, this government of APC and Tinubu and the ministers, the governors defecting, for me, is totally useless. Now, this is 2 years of APC Tinubu on. What have they done? For me, I don't see anything in the next 2 years that he will do. Now, they are.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts right there. At 7 o'clock, we'll get right into the lead. Is poverty a virtue?
Really?
Well, that's what somebody is alluding to. So we'll get to talk to you about that in a bit, all right? Well, stay tuned.
Life Made Furniture is giving you an...
This is Nigeria Info.